Hey all, good morning and welcome to Share Trek. This is Raj here, and today is the 5th of October 2022. I'm recording this around 7:34 a.m. in the morning. The markets are looking red. It's more in line with my thinking and my expectations around what's happening in the world and how the market should react. The last 2 days have been totally against my logic for whatever reason. We'll see whether this bearishness holds on or whether we break out of it. But as I mentioned earlier, if you look at our indices, we have plenty of room to raise before we hit the diagonal line of resistance of the bear channel. So that said, let's go and have a look at what's happening today. Welcome back, friends. There are some positive developments and some negative developments for today. One of the things that I'm more concerned about is the development with Credit Suisse. I believe that the credit default swaps or insurance for bonds issued by Credit Suisse are becoming very expensive, and the share price has dropped almost 65% from its all-time high for this year. So there is some problems brewing out there. Many people are saying it's the Lehman Brothers of Europe. So we should potentially brace for a lot of problems in the stock market if Credit Suisse was to get into any big trouble, and it seems most likely that it would. So with that said, the good news aspect is that Twitter shares rose almost 20% yesterday when Elon Musk said that he's going to buy Twitter at its original price. Let us hope the transaction goes through and Twitter can get a proper management and continue doing whatever it does and improves its ability to interact with society. So here's hoping for the best out there. That in turn has had given a positive spin yesterday for the market, but underneath lurks a lot of other problems. The Russia-Ukraine issue, which is getting more exacerbated as Ukraine captures more territory, which Russia had declared as part of its own by referendum. So it's a crisis brewing out there. Russia has to do something to assert its dominance, or else it's going to look very weak, and that's not in Putin's playbook. So expect something to happen there, and that will be negative for the market. And also Credit Suisse, which I said is brewing, that's another thing that we have to watch out for. But regardless of that, my friends, in Genomics sector, the companies are continuing to work hard. They're putting their heads down and working away, trying to build more intellectual properties. I already have spoken to you in the last 2 days about at least 5 genomic companies which have made positive progress. And that is something worthwhile. And when the markets are down, what happens is just the P/E multiples go down from being high at 22 or 25, they come down to 15 or 16. And when the overall prospects improve and the sentiment improves, the multiples go up. That's how the share market operates. So at this point of time, we are getting good shares at low multiples. So I believe it's an opportunity to dollar cost average whenever possible within our own risk appetite. That said, let's go and have a look at our TradingView platform and see what's happening today. Well, here we are on our TradingView platform, and as usual, I'm going to Nasdaq futures first, and we can see that Nasdaq future is down 0.77% this morning. It has somehow managed to break above the resistance of 11,597.00 in early morning trade, starting off from yesterday, but it has fallen back below that. So I'm going to mark this red line at 11,597.00 as a resistance going forward. It's red in color, and our next support is going to be the 10-day simple moving average, which is this yellow line, which is sitting at 11,389.20. Our MACD is turned bullish, but momentum, though below average, is pointed downwards. Pre-market, we are down 0.75. So definitely Nasdaq futures are indicating a mildly bearish outlook. If you go to US oil is down 0.19% this morning, and it seems to be getting a pushback from 86.33, which is our current resistance. So it will be interesting to see whether it's going to break above. The momentum is a bit pointed downwards, though above average, so there's a good chance that we may fall back down again, which means the support is going to be this yellow line, which is the 10-day simple moving average. It's sitting at 81.61. That will be the support for US oil. And the resistance for US oil, provided it goes past 86.33, is going to be at 88.00, which also coincides with the 50-day simple moving average, which is the orange line. So it's a very, very strong resistance out there. Now let us look at QQQ. Pre-market it's down 0.90%, and we are still under this resistance of 286.35, and we have a support which is at 278.43. MACD is bearish but tending towards the signal line, and momentum is also picking up very sharply. So it has it's looking a bit positive for Nasdaq in terms of its ability to go up further all the way up to this line of resistance. That can possibly happen today. But looking at the pre-market action, it seems that we are going to test the supports. That said, let us look at S&P 500, which is down 0.92% in pre-market action, and it is still under this diagonal line of resistance that we have for today. And also we have resistance at 376.38, and we have a support which is going to be at 369.94. Our MACD is bearish but tending towards the signal line to cross over to the bullish side. And also our momentum has decided that it's going to bounce off 30, and it's gone up significantly. There seems to be a bit of determination to cross over the 50%, and if it does that, then we can see potential breakout from this bear channel for S&P 500, but we'll wait and see what happens today. IWM Russell's index is down minus 1.15, and right now we are negotiating this diagonal line of resistance out here, which is at 173.98, and the market price right now is 173.97, just a cent below it. So we could potentially open above this diagonal line of resistance of the bear channel and break out of the bear channel, or we have a support out here at 172.14, which is what we will test if we come down. Right now MACD is bullish, and also momentum is just at average and pointed upwards, so there's a good chance that Russell index can pick up, failing which our support is still there at 172.14. Dow Jones Industrial Average is down minus 0.94, and we are right at this diagonal line of resistance out here. I think we have crossed it. Today our diagonal line of resistance would have been at 299.59. We are at 300.30. So Dow Jones Industrial Average, which crossed past this diagonal line of resistance yesterday and converted this into a support, is now still above the support. So the next resistance for this is going to be 301.49. MACD is bearish but tending towards the signal line to cross over to the bullish side. Momentum has decided that it's definitely going up, and it's reaching the 50% point. Once it crosses 50, I'll be more confident, but right now it's a bit iffy given negative pre-market open. And if you look at VIX, VIX is up 1.34%. When VIX goes up, it's negative for the markets, but VIX can come down also because the MACD is bearish, and we have momentum which is above average, pointed up, and because the momentum is raising, I think that VIX is going to pick up, and it's going to spike a little bit, and it has resistance at the 100-day simple moving average, which is this yellow line, yellow curved line that you see here, which is sitting at 30.43. So VIX can go all the way up to 30.43 today, and if it does that, then the indices will start coming down. And let us look at our US dollar index. US dollar index has is continuing to stay above this diagonal line of support of the bull channel. Right now it's at 13,347.70. It's up 0.40%. So its resistance is going to be this yellow line out here, which is a 10-day simple moving average sitting at 13,397.34. MACD is bearish, but momentum is still pointed upwards, so I think it will pick up today. And next, let's go and have a look at our market movers. If I look at Microsoft, it's down 0.76%. If I look at Apple, it's down 0.88%. If I look at Amazon, it's down 1.07%. If I look at Google, it's down 1.08%. So all these index movers are dragging down the index. And also, if you look at Microsoft, the move up yesterday was disorderly with a huge gap up that needs to be filled on the way back. Apple also had a huge gap up that needs to be filled on the way back. Amazon has a huge gap up that needs to be filled on the way back. Google has a huge gap up which needs to be filled on the way back. So there is a whole lot of reasons why the index movers could come down, and when they come down, unless the other index components spike, we are going to see either index being flat or going down or forming a doji candle at the end of the day with a thin body. So that's my prediction for today. let's go and have a look at our commodities. Wheat is picking up again. It has crossed above the diagonal line of resistance of the bear channel. So we can potentially see the beginning of a bullish channel. It's right now negotiating the 50-day simple moving average sitting at 75.96. Right now we are at 75.97. So there's a bit of a tug of war going out there. If it bounces back and comes down, then it will be back in the bear channel. We'll see what happens today, because MACD is ready to cross over to the bullish side and the momentum is above average and picking up. So it all points towards increase in wheat prices, but the wheat prices will be driven down with the inflationary trend and liquidity mopping efforts of central banks. Copper is down 1.06%, but it's still consolidating in my opinion, and it's being pushed down by the 50-day simple moving average sitting at 3.52. Right now we are at 3.44, so we are down 1.08% in pre-market action. And if I look at Genomics, I'm just going to quickly scroll around and see. Yeah, we have the biggest winner on top, which is Invitae. I'm going to be doing a video on Invitae shortly, and please watch out for that. Invitae is down down minus 3.5% pre-market, and then we have Teladoc, which is down 1.14% pre-market. IDNA has no trades pre-market. IMTX has no trades pre-market. ARCG has no trades pre-market. SQZ has no trades pre-market. Editas has no trades pre-market. DNA is down 5.4% pre-market. Beam has no trades pre-market. Caribou Biosciences is down 2.09% pre-market. PACB is down 1.84% pre-market. Intelia has no trades pre-market. Allogene has no trades pre-market. Illumina has no trades pre-market. Verve is down 2.86% pre-market. Bluebird is down 2.80 pre-market. CRISPR Therapeutics has got no trades pre-market. So friends, if I look at the overall trend, it seems that we are on a bearish track out here. I think overall, after having 2 days of gains in this absolutely pessimistic market, it's but reasonable to expect that the indices will fall. So there could be definitely a fall today, and every fall comes with a dead cat bounce, a little movement upwards. So index doesn't move straight down or straight up. It goes up and down on the way down, higher highs and higher lows as it goes up, and lower highs and lower lows as it goes down. So I think we are in the lower highs and lower lows phase of the market, which is a bear channel. That's what we are in. So that's what I'm thinking is likely to happen, unless we have some positive catalyst like Russia and Ukraine saying that we have stopped the war and everything is fine. So that could be a positive. And also wheat prices are going up now because I think Russia has decided to call even people working in the agricultural sector and enlist them or draft them into the army. That means the next crop is going to have very few farmers working on it, and therefore the wheat prices are going up. That's my opinion. But that said, lacking any other positive catalyst, the market is likely to continue going downwards, or at least consolidate from an index perspective. As the index movers continue to go down, the other index components which had lost and gone to their 52-week low will start consolidating and moving upwards, and they will be holding the indices to a decent level while the market movers continue to go down. And once we reach the bottom, which I think is somewhere around the end of the midterms, we'll start turning back around, and that's when we'll see gains. Any move downwards, in my opinion, is a dollar cost average. It's not financial advice, it's just what I'm thinking. Please use your own due diligence to decide what you want to do with this opportunity that's in front of you. That said, my friends, this brings me to an end of this video. If you like this video, please press a like out there. It helps the channel and it will mean a lot to me. And if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe and help me grow this channel. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.